Hey everyone, Wander here, and welcome to The Last Faith, specifically for the Awakened Ancients DLC. However, I have never played this game before, so I don't even know if we're going to be able to showcase the DLC here beyond like a passing glance at some DLC content. It's hard to say. I'd missed the original release date for this game and kind of was just waiting for it to go on sale, but PlayStack was kind enough to reach out and send me a copy of both the base game and the DLC, so I figured I'd check it out. Anyway, if you haven't seen it before, it is a 2D side-scroller Metroidvania that is best described as like side-scrolling Bloodborne, which sounds awesome to me. Ooh, so we can pick a character. Oh boy. Do I actually have to care about these things? So we can see their different starting stats. Is that all they have? Because on a purely, like, aesthetic level, I actually really like how the Stargazer looks. But I never know if magic is any good in these games. And I'm always, like, afraid to find out. Or try and find out. So I think I might roll Rogue. I think I'm going to roll Rogue, and we'll see if that's any good.
A new dawn is at hand. The old ways are diminished. Only corruption and deception remain. But one rises above all others, falsely claiming salvation. They gather disciples to take all for themselves. And those who defy this deity suffer. They become servants to pain, imprisoned in solitude, barely existing. Yet only those who have been chosen possess the gift to reclaim what has been taken by the unworthy keeper.
That sounded gross.
Only they can commit to such a burden. If they are able, their pledge shall be rewarded. With salvation.
Okay, I am currently covering the UI. Okay, good. I had to make sure that the actual lip syncing was kind of working. Alright, so I'm a guy with a sword. There's a very, I'm going to say blasphemous tier of, like, aesthetic quality here. Prisoner's Diary. Records. My heart is heavy. Unlike the very few, I have no choice in what I'm becoming. Something is taking over and fast. The promises that have marred lives for years must be irrevocably broken. The heart of the Nycrox sought to redeem us all. Yeah, very blasphemous tier pixel art. I love the look of this. I am having trouble parsing some bits of the UI. I guess left his sword, so maybe I can swap weapons at some point. Currency is probably top right. Other stuff. Okay, there's a standard roll. Those guys have more of a charge than I thought they would, and it's fine. Oh. Nope, nothing from that one. So, dodge backwards, dodge roll. Now, do we have a stamina bar to contend with? The answer is no, actually. Okay, activate an item. So I can use a healing injection, restore health, many other items. Okay. Okay, so there's the healing injection, but we don't... What item is it? What are these things? So I have a mechanical bomb, combustion powder, healing injection. Probably actually gonna nix these. Can I unequip? No. Okay, so it looks like I can't unequip anything, and that's fine. They don't have any other items. That's their only weapon. Alright. This makes sense. Locked with a key. Cannot get in there. What is this? Another healing injection. So does that mean healing injections are a consumable item? Well, maybe they're more plentiful than I think. Because, yeah, I'm a big sucker for the Estus flask. Anytime there's a consumable resource that I can't get back easily, I'm always, like, less likely to use those, because I try and hoard them until I actually need them. Maybe this is one of those that makes them common enough that I don't need to worry about it. We'll see. Yeah, for whatever reason, this is sending me back to when I was like, oh gosh, elementary school, middle school maybe? It was like just when the Game Boy Advance was coming out. Nice save room. Interact with the checkpoint altar, save progress. You can also teleport back to this location. Yo. But yeah, one of my cousins had a Game Boy Advance like well before my parents allowed me to get one. Okay, so we can use a weapon skill. Consumes focus though. So it seems like it's a kind of longer range stab. Doesn't seem to have an activation tied to it. No, can't get it. I was kind of hoping I could hit the switch from a distance. Now this, nope. Restores any unspent focus. Oh. No reason for me to go that direction, no falling damage. But yeah, so my parents wouldn't let me get a Game Boy Advance because they were not sufficiently convinced that a Game Boy Advance was different from a Game Boy Color. And so it took a little bit of convincing on my end to be like, no, this is like a separate console. And needs to be, you know, picked up if I want to have, like, any of the new Pokemon games. Luckily, I think they were kind of slow at releasing Pokemon. Because it definitely didn't take me too long to get a Game Boy Advance, because I was able to get Pokemon Sapphire at launch. I think it was at launch. It certainly felt like it, to me anyway. I was so excited for that one. And, I don't know, it was fine. Interesting, there might actually be a couple of weapon skills. More healing injections. But my cousin having the Game Boy Advance, the game specifically that he had plugged in was like one of the Castlevania Game Boy Advance games. I remember the pixel art on that being like extremely detailed in comparison to most. Something with this. Oh, you know, it's probably a hook point for like wall grabs or grappling or something like that. Now, is there anything else up here? The answer is no. Oh, okay, so they occasionally drop healing injections at the very least. Still don't know what button is item. I check this. Which is switch item up. Use item is left trigger. There we go. I remember just running around like the first level, just ogling at the pixel art, being super impressed. The interesting point is, well, they got wrecked. The interesting thing for me is that, you know, despite my general fascination with the pixel art that was present in the Castlevania Game Boy Advance game, I don't actually remember. I was never inspired to get into pixel art. Like, I've only ever made a handful of sprites, mostly for, like, a Minecraft skin, or, like, to modify something else. Oh, that hurt. Good time for another one of these. So the healing is quick, which is good. Okay, so I can also kind of jump through this guy to avoid his hits. That wasn't too bad. Did cost me a number of healing items, but I guess that's the point of having consumable ones that you can stack a bunch for. Okay, Stigma of Reprieve. As the power of the Junus Ministry's enemies began to seep into the world, this power can be harnessed by those who have fallen victim to the Ministry's terror. This stigma is used for a vicious counterattack, temporarily stunning an enemy. Ooh. So left bumper with this stigma equipped to strike out at attacking enemies. A well-timed hit will interrupt most attacks, restore a portion of health. Consumes power per use, though. So, we've got our parry button. Okay, so power is the lower gray bar. Maybe that comes back with attacks. Passing through this type of altar, the game will automatically save temporarily. The game saves automatically at this point. Upon death, you can choose to respawn either at the last permanent checkpoint or last temp one. Progress made after the temp save will be lost if the game is closed. Oh, we might have actually had a finishing move there. Fair enough. I wonder if the spikes are insta-death. It might be. Okay, so the parry doesn't seem too bad, and boy, the healing on that is good. There might be something there. Okay, you have to be really close to them for that, which sucks a little bit because that hurt, and I don't want to spend like too much of my juice on these. Just trying to parry. Locked with a key yet again. BC. Yeah, for whatever reason, I was never much of a pixel art guy from like a artistic craft. I got more into kind of vectors and cell shading because that was more comfortable for me. I should try pixel art someday.
You bring a dangerous affliction before me, yet I smell fear upon your flesh. You may approach.
Who is the woman that speaks before me?
An interrogation will not serve you well. Your heart is murky and unworthy of the mercy of the Lady of the Manor, Helena.
My lady.
You speak with respect, only now as I reveal myself to you. But your curse will always burden you. Many others like you have dwelled here in the manor. I feel a familiarity with this place, a pull I cannot explain. Many would implore me to seek freedom, but freedom is not this life's ultimate treasure. Understanding's what I seek.
As do I.
Then seek it. Return to me with your findings and experiences, cursed one. And through our understanding, you shall be bolstered yet. And pray, would you do me a kindness in turn?
What would you ask of me?
I have callings elsewhere, yet I remain. I yearn for this place, for those here with me. If you discover a teacup most blessed on your travels, deliver it to me. For a lady cannot remain in one place for so long. There are whispers throughout the manor, whispers that reveal secrets, spells. You will come to understand soon enough.
Okay, so she's our classic Emerald Maiden. Unfortunately, I don't know what any of these stats do. Yeah, like, I really wish this had, like, a basic information on what each of these do. So, sword slash, focus thrust, strength, so Nightfall Blade scales off of dexterity. So it seems like strength and dexterity are probably roughly the same thing. It's just which weapon type are you using? Mind is for magic. I have no idea what instinct does. Instinct raises our electric defense, our fate, which I have no idea what that means. Vitality increases our max health, but only by like a smidge. Physical resistance and blood. So strength gives us frost and frozen. Dexterity gives us fire and burned. And also it scales my damage up. So, yeah.
'Tis a strange manner. Pray, tell me more.
A place of ancient splendour, home of the Oxnevilles, now forever tainted by the ones who called it home. Through twistedness and bad omen, people sought solitude. But alas, 'tis a blessing that I cannot share. Yet, now you are here, like many before you who have been drawn to these hallowed walls.
She has a absurdly long dress. More healing injections, those are good. We like those. Oh, and she might have been a checkpoint to actually, like, heal. His eyes are wiggly? I mean, I guess he is cursed. Was that from his hand, or did he, like, cough that up? I don't know.
What is this place?
A wanderer. Around these parts. You truly have hardy blood coursing through your veins. Blood that I regretfully do not possess. I am Mark, and this here liquor is my courage. This liquid keeps my heart beating, the only way to heat up my sunless world. This curse has shackled me to shadow, away from my beloved Mithringal.
Mithringal. Tell me of this place.
I recall my days in Mithringal with fondness, dear wanderer, yet it is a city that now exists merely in my dreams. The contamination smote what I held most dear. The cloud still holds the city hostage. Hence why I remain here, with no hope of forgetting. Despair and distrust has overwhelmed the people. Just like our ancestors, we squabble and doubt each other's loyalty. We've not learned from their mistakes. I know of a man. He sought to rid us of such chaos. It is seldom that one steps forward to do what is right. They call him Herman. You must seek him out before your indisposition takes you.
Tell me how to find him.
I cannot. The path is clouded. My eyes fail me. Here, I bestow this weapon upon you. What do they call you? Ah, you are branded.
Nightbane Pistol. A weapon forged in recent times, but inspired by ancient craftsmanship. Despite its deceptive lightness, the pistol's ancient blueprint was modified as the mutation developed to increase its firepower with a force to pierce the increasingly tough skin of Cold One mutants.
Eric, it will help protect your body. Your heart, I fear, may not be so fortunate. Take this key. I hope you find a use for it, for I am finished.
Mark's key, a possession said to be exploited by the souls of mystery. The bearer of this key shall enter whence the celestial whispers come, and the gateway amongst the gnarled ancient flora. There is talk of a curious presence haunting and confuse the four walls where she ponders, a refuge. Okay, here's an actual checkpoint. So I'm gonna probably not focus too hard on dialogue here, just because I do want to see as much of this game as I possibly can in the course of a video. Okay, demioxide bullets. Speaking of, how do gun? Secondary attack, right trigger, and then also hold? Yeah, the problem is, if bullets are also a limited quantity, they're probably easy enough to come by more of. Can I not walk up those staircases? That's very silly. My character does not understand background elements. If it is outside of a specific 2D plane, he does not get it. Barsov's electrocution spell, a weapon of last resort. These were studied and used by the Ethereal Order to torture infidels with constant lasting pain. Later, it was converted into a new mightier power by Nikolai Barsov and continues to prove itself an effective weapon. Member of the Household's letter. When the destruction around us began, we made for the rumored passages, which would lead us to safety, yet a scourged shadow blocked our path, ensuring a terrible fate upon us all. And I can't crawl up this chimney. Unlikely for that to actually matter, but still. Okay, right hand, left hand. Stigma. Items. Equipment inventory. How do spells? Maybe I need a casting medium, like a wand or something, to be able to cast. Probably. What? A block that I cannot push? Heresy. Okay, now where then? I actually have no idea.
I am gratified to lay my eyes upon you once more.
Inquire about Mithrangol. No, that's just lore. I don't think it's going to tell me where to go. Unless we go through here. There we go. That's what Mark's key is for. Oh. This is not what I was expecting.
My lady, why do you push such a heavy burden?
This carriage is no burden, not compared to that which weighs upon my mind. The presence of children, those forgotten. They are supreme and need protection. Only this carriage can provide such sanctuary. They are scattered throughout this world, and there are many away from this land of toil where they will forever be safe. Find them, and I shall show you enormous gratitude.
Okay. Why is the floor in here covered in spikes? Is your enormous gratitude eating me? Okay. Oh, we can probably open this now too. I do kind of wish this had like just a faster hustle. Just for clearing distance that much faster. Well, this is hitting all the right notes for a proper Souls-like, just in terms of, like, sheer moody broodiness. It'd be really interesting at some point to sit down and actually play through, like... Oh. I honestly thought we were about to grab the dude's dick. Ooh. So a finishing move might give me more stuff. Okay, so we can pass through platforms if I want to. There we go. So far, so good. But I was watching, I think it was Circle Tunes kind of talk about, can I go up here? No. But I can stab this guy in the ankles so he doesn't cause problems for me later. Whip. Nope. Yeah, I can't finish him off conventionally. He was talking about how Souls-likes have, like, a really consistent, like, set of design conventions and mechanics that is signature to, like, being a Souls-like, to the point where, like, you can't have a Souls-like that isn't moody broody at this point. You can, but it's one of those where, like, kind of Ship of Theseus style, you can swap a lot of parts out, but after a certain point, it's not a Souls-like anymore. Skull Cleaver. Carvings of mysterious cranium depicted on the hilt of this axe elusively tell of past waged battles. The style of the symbols dates it to just prior to the fall of Irlam, so it possibly began as a ceremonial weapon, and later modified to be an effective defense against horrors. But it's always kind of interesting trying to figure out that, like, judgment point of, like, when is a Souls-like not a Souls-like anymore. I'm very glad we've moved past this game is the Dark Souls of whatever genre, because that never made sense and was stupid. But I do appreciate that, like, we've got kind of this really solid design convention for, like, 3D Souls-likes and 2D Souls-likes that are pretty ironclad. Okay, I do not know how to gun. I do not know how to gun. Okay, that is how I gun. That is, however, not particularly useful against dog that is too short for gun. Oh. Looks like we also only have 10 bullets that we can carry on us at one time. Pew! Oh, it actually does big damage. Okay, and I cannot go that direction. But one of the things that I absolutely adore about the genre are, like, just really dour games. Games where just everything sucks. Like, there is no hope, everybody's sad, the environment is sad, your character is sad. I almost kind of wish there were a couple of Souls-likes, though, where, like, everybody is sad except for your character, who's just, like, kind of chill about being there. Like, everybody else is having a bad time, and your character's just like, yeah, I get to slay monsters. I'm having a good day. Oh, we can only have 7 healing serums at a time. Gotcha. I was wondering about that. We kept getting more, but they must be going into storage. Bloodborne style. That makes sense. Well, good thing I shot that thing. Oh good, you can coyote jump. I like fell off the edge and then jumped. It's like, oh no, I'm gonna hit the spikes. Never mind, it's not a problem. Okay, we didn't get the counterattack. Exactly, but it's fine. Okay, dude up there, but yeah, I have no way to hook onto it. I like the power move. It's kind of fun. But I definitely should get really good at this parry since it's a consistent way of getting some heals in. Okay. Unfortunately, not in a good spot to be parrying here. I don't even know if you can parry the dog, nor am I sure how you can do so. Okay, I guess he hasn't noticed me yet. Oh, well. Goofed the jump. I just hope he hasn't noticed me here. Well, I appreciate all the extra kill animations. Okay, and I also really appreciate that that doesn't lead... Oh, a finishing move also heals you up. I think. That's appreciated. Yeah, so it has to be as they're starting to get that swing. I pulled it off once. Ow. But I do have some questions on whether or not I'm going to be able to pull it off again. Also adore this guy's climbing animation. Alright. Can I finish you off? The answer is no. Yeah, I'll have to see what I can do about that. And yeah, seeing as they've given me like a silly amount of bullets, I'm gonna use them. Otherwise, what's the point? Down we go, grab the item. 3 more healing injections. No, I'm not going to be able to get to that. I might with the like right timing of a jump. But almost assuredly, at some point we get a double jump. At some point we get some kind of like hook move. And so... Oh, so like Mithrigal isn't far away. It's just here. Manor's just on the outskirts. I guess I should probably use a healing injection since I'm a little wounded. Of course, there's an entirely reasonable possibility that we're going to find a checkpoint in like 2 seconds, at which point using that was kind of wasteful. Friend?
Something catches your eye?
Your wares are of no interest to me.
Pity. Surely you require an instrument to protect yourself. This place is an unforgiving one. My darling daughter was not so fortunate. She was taken inside that place. My heart is weighed down with my grief. Nevertheless, it is a heart that would surely be lightened with a purchase. Regret is not something you will feel.
What is your daughter's fate to be?
It is a heavy price, but one demanded by the church. A church with prejudice against its own congregation, sucking the hope out of us all. She is in the chains of these wretched people. I must resign myself to a fate of a hunt, an all-consuming pursuit of those who hold her. I must. Your purchase will be gratefully received, and will return a mere fraction of the warmth to my heart. So, what say you? But be quick, my time is limited, and I must relinquish my daughter from the hell she's in.
Okay, so I can buy stuff from him. Bullets, that. Hemolith shards. Adds fire to weapon. Adds instinct scaling. Or a bunch of bombs. Honestly, let's just buy those out. I think the rest... I mean, I could buy, like, all the healing items. What else does he have? No. I'll leave it at that. Because the rest of the stuff I can kind of farm reasonably easily. Okay, more combustion powder. I guess I can farm that too. Fair enough. But there are some bosses and things that often will require, like... Or encourage you to have, like, elemental effects. So it seems like a good idea to have a supply of those. Turns out I have more than I need, I guess. Alright. Let's stay on the ground floor, I think, for the time being. And then, I don't know, figure everything else out. Unless this is a boss fight. No. There's something beneath the monument, but it's too heavy to move. The monument bears an engraving of a ring. So I guess we get a ring of strength or something in a later date. I like this guy's ladder climbing animation. It's very, like, spread-eagled in a very goofy way. Like, it looks like he turns into a spider dude for a little bit. And that might be an elevator of some kind. But later. That's an interesting ladder. I think this just brings us back to the area we just came through. I suppose? Not used to shortcuts being presented that... that early? Question mark? Okay, gotta remember which move is what. I just kind of went for it. If it works. Can I shoot this guy in the ankle? Yeah. That seems reasonable. Look, if they gave me a gun and a lot of bullets, I should probably be using it for something. Anything there? No. I wonder how many Souls-likes exist out there that don't have much in the way of combat. Or not combat. Well, I mean, that's an interesting question. No, that don't have much in the way of, like, boss fights. Not that this is, like, particularly big, a particularly big question. Yeah, the problem with the parry timing is I can't really tell when their attack animation is being considered. And this is something I have with, like, most parry systems, is that, like, you either have to learn the parry timing on a per enemy basis, which then quickly makes parrying just suck, or it has to have some level of, like, base level of universal tell. So easy one is just like, if the enemy's mid-attack animation doesn't matter, like, how far, you know, that could be the spot where you throw in the parry animation, or just as you're about to get hit. But if it's one of those where, like, every animation is just slightly random on yeah, there's no way that you can... Oh, you can land on that. Okay. I don't know, there's just no way that I, like, can get used to a parry system that has no consistency like that. And maybe it's more forgiving in this one than I think.
You, out there! I must unshackle myself from these walls. I am caged in, unable to spread my wings. I need assistance.
Okay, I guess we just want to go into that building. It's either that or I'm missing the parry positioning because my attack is, like, literally extending through their character model and therefore cannot trigger. Which is entirely possible. Like, I don't know. Me and parry systems, that's like a whole conversation to have long term. Ow. Because it's one of those where, like, I really want to, like, yeah, see? I really want to like parry systems, and every once in a while I come across a game that, like, has a really good one. But a solid, like, 50% of parry systems I just get lost on. All the way back there. Oh boy. I'm not going back for that anytime soon, I will tell you that. Let's see, anything there? No. This lady asked me to help her spread her wings, which of course does not sound exactly kosher. Oh, I can't go any higher. And I probably can't go into the building? Yeah, that's not a way in. I mean, maybe I can go up and around? Because yeah, what we need is the ability to grappling hook up to that. I guess let's go back and around. Enemies don't seem to respawn unless I hit a checkpoint, is my assumption. And only the, like, long-term ones. So this almost... like the climb. Just did it. This almost seems boss fight adjacent. Nope. Not quite boss fight. Painful, though. I think I might just kind of write this one off. Yeah, let's try that again. So... we have 2 dogs and a big clunker. Big clunker is a little spooky. Oh. Okay. Can you not roll through the dude? Yeah, you can't roll through that. Okay. Do you have to parry that? Maybe. I'm like, you have to instinctively resist the urge to block. Like I said, instinctively resist the urge to block. That's not the parry button. Okay. But I didn't get in with the parry exactly. Yeah, so if I'm behind him at all... Ow. Okay. At least I can get... Okay, that actually wasn't too bad. Cold One Shielder. But yeah, you can't roll through his attacks, which is baffling. Oh, that's a wall in the way. Of course I can't do that. Well, at least the parries worked well against the boss. I'm glad to see that you can parry the boss in some way, shape, or form. A lot of games don't let you do that, and that's always annoying. Okay, some more combustion powder. I guess that probably wasn't a boss, now that I'm thinking about it. That was just kind of like a bonus weird challenge enemy more than anything else. Okay, so let's go back up. No. No, we can refight some enemies. It's not like they're that hard. What I'd like to do more than anything else is actually warp back to that lady and upgrade my stuff. Did I just never collect these items here? I must not have. Either that or they just respawn on the regular so you can restock if you need it. Probably not. Okay, so let's travel back. Let's get some maybe health. It's not the great... Oh, it is the Great Hall. Yeah, just see if she's still outside. Because yeah, I've got 3,000 stat points. That's usually a good spot to spend. So if I level up... Yeah, this doesn't increase my health at all, which is kind of a downer. However, upgrading this is like 3 HP at a time. Like, I guess I could increase my health by 1/3. Or I could increase my damage by... a decent chunk. Whee! I will just continue to be glass cannon. It'll carry me long enough to the point where I might eventually regret where I'm at. Where am I? Temple of the Deposed Gods. Unfortunately, I don't quite have the map memorized. Because I think this is the place I just was. And those are the NPCs I can talk to. This lady up top. Because Chapel Alcove brings me to the old ruins. I guess let's just go to the West District. Because this is the spot where I just stopped. And we can go from there. Boy, like long coats and trench coats always look really goofy when they're hanging behind a person like that. Okay, I'm getting a bit better at this whole parry thing. It's just there's some hits where I'm just like, I legitimately do not know why I didn't get the parry off. Pew, pew. That's what you get, you goon. Let's see. I'm pretty sure I don't have the key for this one. Oh, that's not even open. But yeah, I'm actually digging this a lot. I think the comparison to this is side-scrolling Bloodborne is extremely accurate. Oh, it's a man.
Sir, allow me to assist you.
Ah! Stay back, scoundrel! This is nae place for a traveller. What a boneheaded thing to do. You could have gotten yourself killed, laddie. And in my house, too.
This is your abode? I know of a much safer place.
You pulling the wool over me eyes, laddie?
No, it is a safe place for many. A place free of scourge. For now, at least.
Aye, I've heard whispers of it. But only whispers. Gives me the shivers, it does. How do I know that I can trust you and the words you speak? You aren't one of those... things. Perhaps you're concealing yourself. It's exactly the manner of deception I'd expect. You could be after me artifacts. Technology many would marvel at.
I assure you, I am merely seeking to find my way.
I suppose it's the best offer I'll get. Aye, be seeing you at the manor.
So I guess we're turning the manor into kind of a trade hub of sorts. Huh. I don't know if we have much of a reason to go there. Exactly. Oh, he's gone. We had a bunch of, like, little dolls in there. Yeah, can't do much. Ow, beans. Can't do much with the dogs, unfortunately. I'll have to figure out if I can parry them. Okay. Might as well use a heal. What? Wait. Was I getting hit by, like, weird blood gouts on the ground? Hard to say. Okay. I guess I might as well use these. There's no reason not to. So if I check the map, is there anything left? Maybe something in the top left, but we might actually be capped. Oh, wait, hold up. Oh. Hold up. That ladder on the other side of this, that didn't go back down to a place I'd been before. That went somewhere new. I always love jumping up ladders in video games. It makes no goddamn sense. It's not in real life. Okay, so this is a ladder. Oh, hello. She looks cool. Can I play as her? Nope. I'm just going to give myself a little bit of space. Ow. Go for a heal. Continue on. That sucker actually is pretty tanky. Not too bad, but still pretty tanky. You know, people are... Okay. That's good parry. Oh, I guess it's not that tanky. It was just like some of its hits. Some of the hits I was doing against it were only like 5 damage. There we go. Not the greatest, but... Well, I was gonna say we have plenty of heals. We kind of don't. We kind of have plenty of heals. Oh, there's an item up there. I should grab that. Should also figure out what Hungry Essence does for me. Okay, another elevator. Go somewhere different. Also gives me a checkpoint, which I might as well snag. Like, especially any new checkpoint we find, I should take. Let's see. Won't open. Cannot take that elevator, apparently. Oh, that's fine. I wasn't going to say about anything parrying and whatnot. Ow. You know what? Actually. Whoop. If you're going to be like that... Here we kind of go. What am I doing, actually? Sometimes I can avoid their hits by being airborne, but it's probably not, ow, worth the effort. Oh, you can double parry enemies. Okay, this parry system, I'm starting to get the hang of, and I'm enjoying it thoroughly. I think I'm just always discouraged when I start trying to parry and it doesn't work, and I'm like, ugh, it's one of those parry systems, but I'm getting there. I'm actually finding this to be one of the more, like, it's still punishing, but I'm actually finding this to be one of the, at least initially, easier, like, Soulsy Metroidvanias. Oh, that bat thing has his guts hanging out. Gross. And yeah, I could do the finishing attacks. I probably should more often. Nothing there. Oh, I can't even attack while crouched. Rude. And yeah, it seems like I can parry pretty often. It uses my power, but not much, and power seems to just come back constantly. So there's... If I can reliably pull off a parry, there's really no reason for me to not. I think that's it. I don't know, at least for these games, the better the parry system, the more I find myself charmed by them. Okay, what was the... Ooh. That seems important. Yep, so there's 3 of those to break to get access to the next. Like, there was something I really adored about Grime, up until they took the parry system away, at which point I started losing interest in it. And maybe they added back in with updates. I'm curious about how Grime 2 is going to go. Okay, Old Ashes. These powders are produced by students of alchemy at the Institute Sentia, under guidance of senior scientists. However, their teachings are followed blindly, ignorant to the ancient technologies of the Foundation. No one truly understands the process, the knowledge lost to time. Okay, locked gate, some other things. I mean, I guess might as well go back down. Let's see if there's anything else. I guess I might as well save. Once again, no reason not to. If I have to refight some enemies, so be it. Oh. But maybe I should make a general effort whenever I have, like, at least a couple thousand souls or whatever the currency is on this one, to come back and level up. Might not be a bad idea to actually level up my... Well, yeah, this is getting progressively more expensive, so we should probably raise my durability a little. Okay, so where's this doctor guy? We have no idea.
I am gratified to lay my eyes upon.
Okay, now inquire about Mithrangol. I want to find the guy, though.
It seems you were right, laddie. This place sure did come up with the goods. Fancy anything you see?
So he's just a shopkeeper. So he has technological glove. Oh. Enhanced grip when climbing specific smooth surfaces, but that's expensive. So we can also upgrade weapons. We can get a blunder blade. So it scales off of dexterity and instinct. Sweeping attack, firing the integral blunderbuss. So it's a blunderbuss. It's a gunblade. Item to top up ammo of distance weapon. So probably consumable item. So I can also level my weapon up to improve it. But I need Moon Silverstone to actually do the leveling. Well, Can't do anything with any of those, so bye. Might be worth saving that 10k if I want to get that glove, though, because I think that might actually give us the ability to... Oops. Might actually give this the ability to wall grab or wall kick or who knows what. It wasn't the Chapel Alcove, East District. Okay. Took some hits there. I'll be fine-ish. There we go. Yeah, I really want to get to the point where I can parry the ranged guys. That's tricky to pull off. Gross. But does heal me. Okay, so if I want to go this direction, yeah, I have to find a couple more of those gate things. Well... Oh, I see. I can go this direction. Which is not a boss fight. Oh, we got him on the second swing. Sick. So this connects us here. Okay, and we've got iframes during a parry. That's the good stuff. Okay, so that actually has a lot better reach than I thought it did. Yeah, no, I'm a converti. The parrying system in this game feels really good, and that's huge. I'd still love to be able to, like, increase the window even further and, like, the range at which point it would activate. There aren't a whole lot of Souls-likes that actually let you mess with the parrying system at all. And I wish there were more, so you could, like, really spec into it. Did I take her arm off to beat her with? I wasn't actually sure there. Yeah, I'm having a good time with this one. This is a legitimately, like, good little Souls-like. And yeah, very much pulling off that Bloodborne vibe. I think the only thing I'm not getting from it yet, at least, is those, like, really eerie, quiet moments. Like, Father Gascoigne's probably a good example of this. I believe he's connected to, like, okay. There's three NPCs. There's Father Gascoigne, the first werewolf boss you fight in Bloodborne. Then there's his wife, who's dead, and you, like, find her body after you finish off Father Gascoigne. And then the last one is, I think it's supposed to be his daughter, who's, like, asking you to go find, are you an enemy? You are an enemy. Who's asking you to go, like, help find her parents. Yeah, asking you to go help find her parents who've, you know, gone missing / mad during the hunt. Oh, she's carrying a random arm around. Okay, come on. There we go. I can't tell what's an attack animation with her, because she kind of wiggles. There we go. And so, like, not to say that this game needs a couple of those moments, you know, just really traumatized children. But I think there's kind of an element of that does add, like, a huge degree of fascinating world building? I guess world building. It makes the world feel alive, even if horrifying. And so right now we only have a handful of, like, you know, NPCs that I haven't learned much about so far. It's just like a merchant, a butler, some lady. Dear colleagues, as you can see, the wingspan of this particular cold one measures about 5.5 meters, allowing stable flight. However, the others have recovered a premature wing structure. I believe that we face a mysterious evolution from the recent mutations. We've seen similar effects in many infected individuals. It almost seems like it's more of a vampire curse, considering how bat-like a number of the enemies are turning into. But it seems like it's kind of more of a weird vampire blood plague than anything else. Honestly, cool. Watching, I guess it was a couple months ago, Shell and I had been at, we were at Barnes & Noble and they had a sale on the first Vampire Hunter D, and we're like, oh, cool, sure. You know, we've heard really good things about Vampire Hunter D. And the real answer is, no, the good one is Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust or something like that. This guy's gonna kill me. Yeah, I'm trying to get the parry off on them. Not happening. It's okay. Yeah, part of the reason why I wasn't raising my HP is because the healing vials don't actually heal more, at least currently.
Remain where you are. I do not wish to be disturbed.
My apologies. Yet I cannot help but notice your anguish.
Not anguish, but an acceptance of the truth that has evaded me for so long. Tell me, what are you?
Eric.
I know whom you are, but what is your purpose here?
Prayer. Yourself?
To mourn, seek refuge. Many here do. It's a place of acceptance, finality, forced upon us by the people up high to save themselves from ailment. A callous man haunts it, one who will doom us all in the end. So I have accepted my fate and became familiar with where I am destined to be, right here. I cannot continue my life until my husband is at peace. This is impossible without the flowers, only found in the sea city. I fear I will never be able to place them here with my beloved. It is a dangerous path, but one your strong heart can sustain. Will you bring them to me, Eric?
Sure. And by sure, I mean, nah. Eric just immediately rolls away. I'm never seeing those flowers, am I? Okay, let's go to left and then down. In case that has a healing vial for me. Doesn't look like it. Alright, well, what was I gonna say? I'm thinking about, like, vampire blood plagues and whatnot. And how, like... I hate these guys. Yeah, I think they hug you just a little too close to be able to pull out the parry. There we go. I guess if you back off just a little bit. Which I should probably hit the parry button. Or not the parry button. The backstep button instead of just going for the roll. But it isn't so bad. Oh, this looks like a special door. There is no way past. But yeah, the second Vampire Hunter D movie. Ooh, Corrupted Star spells. The pixel art for the items and the attacks looks really good on this. But yeah, I don't know. The first Vampire Hunter D was goofy and stupid, but the second one was actually really neat. Weirdly enough, it was like the same plot as Mad Max, kind of, sort of. Except for kind of in reverse. It was like Mad Max, but from the perspective of Morton Joe, who's the good guy, question mark. Don't read too hard into that. Watch the movie, it's very good. I would like to find a checkpoint soon. because I feel like we're getting close to the point where I'm going to have a boss fight, and I do not want to do a boss fight without a checkpoint. I'm also noticing a lot of, like, really melted-looking vampires. Oh. These are probably the specific types of walls I was told of. Well, maybe if I go all the way to the left, we'll find a checkpoint. Anywho. Is there anything else to really say too much about this? I don't know. It's a very solid Metroidvania / Souls-like, whatever you want to call it, that borrows more from Bloodborne than Dark Souls in a way that I actually find extremely charming, and pixel art that is pretty much top of the line. I think I could see, like, a little bit more animation in the environment, but, like, the depth, the parallax, the detail levels... Oh, I can't go that direction. Nearest checkpoint's, like, 6 floors up. Where's my homeward bone? Because I don't know if this lets you bench warp. Some games don't. And so it feels like I've kind of barked up the wrong tree, and now I have to extricate myself from said tree. I cannot go down. Yeah, I guess we just go up to the top of this. It's not going to take too long at all. And then hit the checkpoint, because I can't go to the right of the gate, so we'll have to find some other route. But I will also say, this is a very good stopping point. Oh, this is not the checkpoint. Checkpoint's one more up. So I should probably say that The Last Faith is available on Steam, and also, I know it's on Good Old Games. I'm pretty sure it's probably also on consoles at this point, though I haven't actually checked. But if you do want to pick it up and play it yourselves, follow the link in the description below. The DLC should be out today, or out now, at the very least. So if you do want to, like, actually... Oh, yeah. If you want to play the DLC yourselves, you can pick it up too. I don't know where the DLC is placed. I haven't encountered anything that seems even remotely close to DLC adjacent. And so it might be one of those that it's kind of like a mid to late game edition as opposed to early. But also I'd have no way of knowing if it was DLC content or not. So anyway, with all that said, if you like this video in any way, shape, or form, leave me a like. It helps more than you know. And if you want to see more rad new games every single day, then hit subscribe because I got tons to check out and show off. But for now, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you next time.